Hi, welcome to this week's episode of What's New in the Garden on Gardener's Plot. So it's a little bit chilly today, but it's gorgeous weather outside, nice and sunny, as you can see by that little bit of glare on my screen. I do apologise. So today's episode is going to be a sort of walkthrough tour / tidy up the garden. So we'll do I'll go through each sort of section, say what's going on, and then do a bit of maintenance to that part of the garden. So there might be a bit of a longer one today, but there's lots to do in the garden. I have neglected it the last couple of weeks, so no time like the present. Let's crack on. Right, so wildlife wall's still doing really well. Plants are gradually settling in. I put some pumpkins up. They've gone a bit minging now, so I'll probably remove them today. But the birds have seemed to have a good old peck at them and various other things by the looks of it. There's not going to be much maintenance to this little bit today. Just going to remove those old bits of squash. Just going to tidy up this little area here, sort of reorganise, get rid of that bit of rubbish. Fern garden is still doing really well though. This time of year I can start moving things around. My auntie's got a nice big fern garden that I can sort of weed out every now and then. So now that they've sort of autumn winter's come in, they'll be easier to sort of get out of the ground. So the plan is to put some in here, but I need to work out how to keep it away from bunnies. But that'll be a future thing. So today, I'm going to tidy up this little bit of rubbish. We'll get to the pond in a minute, so we'll do this little bit of area first, and then we'll crack on with the wildlife pond. Right. There you go. Didn't need much this little bit, just that little bit of tidy up. So those I'm going to plant next year for the 2 trees, which I'll show you later on. Then that's poles there for future projects, so I'll be probably building a fence with those. So there you go. Lovely nice little fern garden's doing well. Right, that's it for this area, done. Right. First bunch of animals. This is Saskia. She's a little squirrel that I hand raised. I say little. Starting to get a bit porky now that it's winter. So during the winter, autumn months, she piles on the pounds. As you can see, she's a bit beastly, aren't you? So this time of year, I'm literally she likes quite a lot of fresh food. So like peppers, squashes. She also gets quite a lot of different nuts and bird seeds and things like that. So nice balanced diet. But she is supposed to put weight on every winter, aren't you? You come up for cuddles. Are you being silly? She's lovely, aren't you? So the other week I actually did put some more hay in a nest box, get it ready for winter. So again, that's Saskia. We have a little fellow creatures in here. So that's Falcor. He's our male rabbit, who has had his little furry plums off. And then you might be able to just see that's Hazel, our latest. You want to come say hello, Falco? So Hazel's our latest addition, and she's settled in very wellly now. Very wellly? That's not saying. She has settled in very well. Her confidence is gradually getting there. She's not running away as soon as she sees me now, so that's good. There's not much maintenance to do in here. I do need to clean their hutch out at some point, but I can do that later on. There we go. That's Saskia, Falcor and Hazel. Right. Wildlife pond. So this is the main part of the wildlife garden, is the wildlife pond. So there are possibly toads. I've not seen one yet, but there are definitely frogs. I did release some newts into the pond as well, and there is also sticklebacks. So I'm going to leave that little bit of leaf litter in there because that will gradually sink to the bottom of the pond, and add healthy bacteria and things like that to the pond. They'll break down and various insects and things will eat them, and then those will then go on to feed the sticklebacks and other predators in the pond. So today's job is going to be cutting back those reeds, get them all tidied up for winter and stuff like that, and then next year hopefully we should have a nice big bumper crop again. So right, let's crack on with that. There you go, that's that done. As per usual, I've just sort of laid it back straight onto the garden to help all the nutrients go back into the soil. I want to gradually build up that area. There you go, there is some reeds there, but I've left them for now. They don't seem to be too bad, so I can do them at a later date. There you go, so wildlife pond update and maintenance done. There's a buddleia there and a cherry tree which is still in, just still losing its leaves at the moment. So once it's dropped all its leaves, I'll do a pruning on that. Same with the buddleia and same with the rose and the other cherry tree there. I might do those next week once all the leaves have fallen. Alright, there you go. This area done. Now on to the area in there. So this area is where I'm growing potatoes at the moment. So these have all sort of come down now, so I'm going to trim all these back, and then hopefully come winter time we'll still have some spuds going on. I have had a little poke around the other day and I can feel something, so we'll see what goes on. There you go, so I'll trim back that, pick up those last bits of rhubarb and these little things that I've left here and stuff. So right, let's crack on with this. Right, that's the potato bed sorted, so I've got rid of all the plant material. Just chucked at the back there so that'll decompose. Same with the bits of rhubarb. Where the dogs are barking. And then I've put a couple of bags of leaf mulch down. So hopefully they'll keep the potatoes nice and warm until winter time. Hopefully we'll actually have a decent potato harvest. Fingers crossed. Still got the raspberries going on as well, but they're wintering raspberries, so managed to get one or two off every day. And that black currant bush is going to be moved because there is a gooseberry down there as well, and those two are going to be moved over into this area, but we'll come to that area in a minute. So there you go, and then these two bits is what I'm going to try and attempt to make a bench out of for the trellis there. Right, another area done. Right, so on to this area. Oh, before I forget, I forgot to mention the grapevine. So this one took a while to sort of grow this year, but we did move it from the old house. I think it was a little bit shell shocked, so hopefully next year we'll get a lot more growth off of it, and hopefully this entire it'll have a nice little canopy of grapevines up here, and then hopefully they'll also then go on top of the aviary. Right, that bit done, back onto this bit. I do apologise if I do waffle on. So I did plant some bulbs, but they've actually started to come up now, so I don't know what's going on there. my little black alder. So that area there is going to be the bog garden. So I'll probably try and sort that out depth of winter, because I'm stupid. And then we've got a few berry bushes. So we've got some raspberry, strawberry, blackcurrant, and that was blueberry. So the plan is to move the, as I said, the blackcurrant and the gooseberry over here as well. And this will be my little tiny berry forest. And then that's just, oh, we're there, wait for the sun to go. There you go. And then this is just my rockery. So this is just going to be some ornamental grasses and plants and stuff like that. So the ones I planted the other week are actually doing really well. So this bit, this was my sweet corn and squash, but the frost has killed off the squash now. So, and the corn's all done. So I'm going to put the corn in for the rabbits as enrichment, for them to chew on and stuff like that. So I'll probably enjoy it as well. And get rid of the squash, and then I'm going to mulch this with some leaf litter, because the plan is for next year is this is where I'm actually going to grow the corn, not in a basket or anything. So going to be corn and runner beans in this bit area next year. So I'm start getting it ready now. Right, let's crack on. There you go, that's that sorted. So the leftover bit of squash that was on this side, I sort of just buried underneath this, and that, again, nutrients back into the soil and all that jazz. And lots of leaf litter. So my parents have got a couple of trees in our garden, and my dad asked if I wanted his leaves. I was like, yeah. So got a nice leaf mulch, so that will all go down into the soil, and hopefully another couple of bags of compost on top next year, and I should be able to grow the corn, squash and all the beans over here. That is the plan. There you go, another job completed. So we've had a couple of strong winds as of late, hence why the greenhouses have gone a little bit chaotic. A few panes of glass have got broken as well, so this is going to be a job for another day. I might actually do this next week, weather dependent, and actually replace the glass that I've got for the greenhouse and actually start making it a little bit more greenhouse, if you like, because at the moment it's half of one. So we'll do that job next weekend. There you go, something to look forward to. Right, next area, let's go. So this bit now, I've still got loads of tomatoes, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick them all over this side. I've still got some over by the chickens, and I'm going to give them to my dad, who's going to make chutneys with them. So that's the plan. And then those two I might just actually give to the chickens, so they can have as a bit of enrichment. I've still got the broccoli and cauliflowers here, but I'll probably give those to the rabbits as well. So we'll do this bit now, and I'll see you in a minute. There you go, that's that area all nice and sorted. So here's my glass for the greenhouse, that's nice and protected. I'm just going to leave that there until I need it. A few more tomatoes. So the plan for this area is to have a fence running along here, and then this will be sort of like the dog's toileting area. So I'm not actually going to grow anything in this spot here. All the old bits of squash plant I've just chucked over there, so that will just rot down into the soil. to add to add nutrients and all that jazz. There you go. This area done. So this area I'll probably do next weekend along with the greenhouse. This is our water butt. Herb garden wise, just plod along nicely. I do have to take that pot out and I'll get those squashes today and try and sort that fence out. That's Boston poking his head through. You're Boston. So Boston's a Welsh collie, and his coat pattern is called a blue merle. Some of the girls plodding around. Our oldest girl, she's still currently going through her molt, so she's gone very bold, but the other two older girls were sort of picking on her a little bit. So this week I've had to keep her separate a little bit, just so she could heal up a little bit, because she was getting a little bit too sore. So she's got a little bold bum. But she is the oldest girl, so she is coming up to 5 years old now, so it's a year past her sell-by date. So there we go, I'm going to crack on with this bit now. There we go, that's just neatened up a little bit. I will replace this entire fence at some point when I get time. Might do it during winter. Actually probably rebuild it and keep everything penned in and stop the dogs from going on it. Just put those two little ornamental squashes there, and I've got a third one just up there which I'll grab. Right, I'm going to quickly clean the chickens and sort the chickens out, and I will give you an update on the chickens after I finish cleaning them out. Right, I'll quickly do that and I'll get back to you. So, chickens, nice new fresh bed of hay. I've put those tubs of weeds in here so they got a bit of fresh green. One up here as well, because the new girls are still nervous of the older girls. So they do come out a lot of the time, but they like to sit up here. So I've put one up there so they get something to graze on and they get something. We've put our old bold chicken in here, so she's got a nice compartment to herself, so I can still let her out and have a little bit of free time, but most of the time I'm just going to leave her in here just until she recuperates a little bit more, because at the moment she's got quite a lot of bare skin. So once she's finished her molt and has got that little bit more protection, she can join the other girls, but at least this way she's still got the company. She can still see them all and stuff like that. So that's the new girls. Here's the older girls. There we go, that's chickens done. And I think that's it. So I'm just going to put those bits of corn and bits of broccoli in for the rabbits and Saskia. And I will join you in a couple of seconds with Teddy. Right, that's it for this episode. So it was a bit of a busy one. I feel like I've got a lot accomplished today. A little bit tired now. So this is Teddy. Regular viewers know who he is, but anyone new, it's a ferret that we got when we went to a wedding. During the summer he's a little bit nippy because he sees me as his girlfriend or boyfriend, we don't judge. So he tends to bite my thumb a little bit. And then it's going into winter, he goes a little cuddly, don't you? My little boy. So I'm going to go have a nice hot bath, and I will see you on Wednesday for Workshop Wednesday, when I'll try and build a seat out of logs. So I'll leave you with some footage of Saskia playing with the old bits of sweet corn that I put in, and I'll see you all later. Toodle pip.